doing okay?
Hello,
Sorry
everybody.
about the downtime. I'll get to the
I'm
office.
just be doing Worth It again.
As soon as I can.
I've been
My
having
officer
fun
got hit
doing
during the
these,
attack.
so I'm gonna
I need to get them
try to
looked
keep
at.
doing them.
Of
You know,
course. There's a lot of work
I'm gonna be
ahead of us,
doing
Jensen. I'll see you when
Deus
you get in.
Ex. Yeah, I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it.
Dr.
I could
Kohler,
be
I
completely
need to pay you a
wrong.
visit.
Jensen!
So yeah,
Now's actually a really
Mankind
good time for
Divided.
me, like right now.
Something wrong?
And basically,
There are some guys
you
in
are
my
a
bookshop.
synthetic in this
Pissed off
game,
the Valley gangster
and
looking
basically
guys. So, unless you want
the whole world does not like synthetics anymore. And yeah,
The front door is the
You-
most peaceful option. I got it.
that's pretty much the bare minimum of the game. I'm just saying now, the game is, for price-wise, for PlayStation 4, at least at my game store, is $10, and then for the Xbox One, also $10. Steam, it's $60 still. So if you are to get it, I would say get it on a console, honestly. But that's just what I think. You know, save a butt ton of money. But yeah. All right. So I'm gonna just do some pros, and then some cons, and then some side notes. So some pros are the game actually really encourages you to roam in missions, because if you just go straight on, you know, through and just go linear path, then you're gonna find more resistance and it's gonna be more difficult. But if you are able to, if you roam around, you can maybe find a duct, like an air vent, and then you can just crawl through it and bypass a butt ton of enemies, and it will help a ton. Oh yeah, also, the gameplay in the background, I'm gonna just say now, I was just running around because I didn't want to have any spoilers, because there is nothing in it that I can do it, that I remember, sorry, that I can do without any spoilers. So I just kind of ran around, and if it gets long enough, there is gonna be just the prologue, but that's really nothing I think would really be too much of a spoiler. That's just me though. And I love that in this game that there's just like item and interaction. That's what I mostly did in this, is just like grab a box, you know, throw it, and I love it. I find that kind of stuff so much fun in games. And also I do like that there is outfit customization.
You doing okay?
You know,
Sorry
if
about the
you
downtime.
you know, don't like
I'll get to
the
the
outfit
office
you
as soon as
start
I
with,
can, but my
you
officer
can
got hit during the
download
attack.
some from DLC,
I need to get them looked
at least on the
Of
Xbox
course.
store. I don't
There's
know
a lot
about
of work ahead of us,
PlayStation
Jensen.
or
I'll see
Steam,
you
but
when you get
I
in.
predict it's the exact same. But you
Dr.
can get
Kohler,
some
I need to pay
outfits
you a
for
visit.
free,
Jensen,
like a
now's
golden
actually a
one
really good
and
time for
just
me,
the
like right
original
now.
one from
Something
the
wrong?
There are
first
some guys
game.
in my bookshop.
and
Pissed off the Valley gangster
it's also
looking
pretty cool
guys.
that there's also
So, unless
it'll
you
also
want
give you
bloodshed the
a
day
DLC
after the
mission
terror attack,
The front
that
door is
really,
the most
I have to
peaceful
say,
option. I
is
got
pretty useless. It doesn't add anything to the game, which kind of sucks, but, you know, whatever. It's still nice because it is free, but it is on the shorter side, but it's fine. The game actually has some pretty dang good, it has good graphics. It is on like an older one on the Xbox One and all that, but it still looks pretty good actually. There is somewhat good AI at sometimes, but after a time I played it more, it did actually get down to, I realized it had a lot worse AI, that they'll just like kind of look right at you when they're searching for you and they won't detect you, or sometimes they'll just like, they come after you for doing nothing. I've noticed is that like if you're in like a safe area that you shouldn't be getting, you know, in trouble, unless if you do something to get yourself in trouble, you still will find they'll just start coming after you for just random shit every once in a while. And it's also they're extremely bad at searching. You can definitely see in this further in that their searching is awful. Like like with the flying robot dudes, they were shooting at me, and then they'll just turn for no apparent reason. They're looking right at me and just firing right at me, and then they turn and just look to the side, and then he lost me, and it is stupid. And also, whenever they're searching for you, they tend to, like, if you go in a room, they rarely will go in a room to look for you. And that is very stupid, I think, that you could just walk into a room and you're pretty much A-okay. That they will not be getting a case for it, but... and the game is actually really fun. It does get a bit repetitive over time, but I still actually quite enjoy it. And also it is a good amount. It actually is a pretty long game. It's about 15 hours long, at least coming from a website, and it also took me about that much time because I just use websites to tell me exactly how long it took most people. And I do like the hacking in this game, actually. I do actually really enjoy it. It's not hard. Like, you'll realize after you play the game more and more that it is pretty easy, but I still like it over some other games with their hacking or lock picking, stuff like that. I definitely like this one is more on the higher end of which ones I appreciate more. This game actually has good stealth, actually. Even though it is a bit easy.
Access granted.
But I still do really like the stealth in this, and it also, like, encourages it. A bit too much at times. It's a bit dumb because, like, sometimes the enemies, they'll like die from one shot to the freaking pinky toe, or they act like bullet sponges and you have to just put rounds upon rounds upon rounds, and they just won't die. It's their guns seem to be a little inconsistent at times, that you will just, be able to put like one round in a guy, he'll die. But then the exact same kind of enemy comes walking by, and you start shooting him with the exact same gun. It takes like freaking 15, 20 bullets, and it's absolutely ridiculous. Because it gets to the point where sometimes you put like a whole bunch of your shotgun bullets in it, and it sometimes takes like 5 bullets and at point blank range. And it's absolutely ridiculous at times that the guns seem very inconsistent. At least I had a butt ton of issues with that I would be putting in bullets on bullets and bullets of in these guys, and they're fine. And I don't get, but and the game, at least by my preference, I know this is not everybody, but I actually did enjoy the ending. But I have to say, it is such sequel bait. It's obvious that they're doing that so they can be like, oh yeah, ooh, give us more dough, that they are just trying to make more, and which is really stupid. Or it could be in the DLC, but I doubt it entirely, honestly. They would get more money from making another game, so that's what I could see them doing. And so yeah, I'm gonna be doing. Oh yeah, some side notes. Okay, so in the game, since they hate synthetics, they prefer the normals. That's what they call it. And basically, like, they're only allowed to do certain things, and the synthetics are only allowed to do certain things also, like,
haven't seen one of these before.
Basically, like, the synthetics are only supposed to go, like, a certain way, and then they cannot go the way of the normals. So, like, I think is because, like, for example, at the train station, they have to check your card to make sure, you're A-okay, that you belong here. Weird, but and there's also a row for the normals, and basically, I don't know what was with that. Sorry. Okay, that was interesting. But there's also another row for the normals, but because your character is a synthetic, if he goes right through the normal side, they don't care, and I think that they should be, they should get on your case a bit for going through the normal side. And I just think it kind of takes away from the immersion a little bit, by my preference, because if I was like, it would put me more into the story and be like, man, I really want to help these synthetics, change it back to how it was, have it so they're respected again, and I want to help them, I want to be, it puts me in it, kind of like that. But it takes it so, it takes it out of it when, you're able just to roam around and just do whatever they say that only the humans can do, but not the synthetics. So it kind of takes away from it by my preference. And also, it does take a bit of the immersion away when you're sitting there and you just kill cops, because you're a cop yourself, and whenever you just go over and just gun down like 5 cops, there's no punishment for it. There is no punishment compared to killing any other person. Just they come after you. But that's it. There's no punishment, and it just takes away so much of the immersion that you're just able to gun down as many cops as you want and nothing happens. Like, that is literally the DLC, is to go over and gun down a private security company, and it just takes away everything from the immersion, and it just ruins it by my preference. And so the cons, spawns are actually really bad after you die, because I had a few times when I would spawn in, and I would literally be in the sight of enemies they're walking around looking for me, and I'm right there in front of them, because I just barely spawned in, and it really screws you over at times. And this game also has really bad, god-awful lip syncing. It's so bad. It got to the point where I couldn't actually look at the background, the video, because the lip syncing was just that bad, that I actually had to sit there and stare at the subtitles and read them, because I could not look at their faces, because I would get distracted by their mouths, and it would just take away from everything, and it would ruin it for me. But it could be me just being overdramatic. And another one is bad controls. I have to say, this game has really bad controls. It might be that I just really never played the first one. But it's weird, like Y to sprint, but you can change that to make it so it's LB to sprint, and it's such weird and wonky just controls. It's really bad. Well, I would say what they should do if they make another one is just make it so we can, put our own controls in. That we can make it so run is the left stick, that jump is A, that we can choose whichever button it is. And I love it when games do that, and I think this game should do it too. But there's good but mostly bad voice acting in the game. It just completely takes you out of it sometimes when the voice acting is just god awful, and it just completely ruins it at times. But and guns suck against certain enemies, like the cops, for example. This kind of goes in with my gun, like the bullet sponge things. So yeah, basically just guns suck, basically. It doesn't, like, even headshots that sometimes really don't do much. You have to still put in like 5-6 bullets. But yeah. Oh, and sometimes certain cutscenes do get a bit repetitive. Like, I do understand that you're trying to put us in it a little bit. Like, when you go to the subway, you get pulled over by the cops, pulled to the side, and basically they want to see your cards. And also, side note, it's a bit obnoxious in this game because every person in the game is a complete dick to you. And it's absolutely, it gets a bit obnoxious because everyone is instantly just a complete douchebag, and it's obnoxious at times just to only hear constantly just people bashing on you over and over and over, and it's just, I think it gets a bit obnoxious. But yeah, when you go to a train station, you get pulled to the side, and they just replay the exact same videos of them checking your card, and basically then you go past. I don't think it's skippable. I didn't check. I should have, but I think it should like be changed a little bit every once in a while. You know, maybe like I don't know, like a pedestrian, like freaking sees that you're synthetic, attacks you, maybe, I don't know. Or for some reason the cop decides just, you know, fuck with you, or car doesn't work or something like that. I don't know. Just, I would like it if there was some sort of randomness to it. Because over time, when you get to see the exact same single just clips over and over and over and over and over, it gets a bit obnoxious, but that's just my preference personally. And there really is not very many likable people. Like, I kind of went home and just, I don't remember half of the people's names. It could be that I'm just god awful with names, but I don't remember like half of the characters. And I don't care when they die. Like, they try to make it like, oh, so sad, man. But half of the time, I don't know the characters, or they were just dicks until the final moment. And it's not gonna change anything. They need to be, like, nice to you the whole time, and then they die, because then you would actually feel remorse, and you wish they were still alive. But it just completely ruins everything when you don't care about the characters, or they're just complete assholes the whole time, and then at the final second being like, oh, you're pretty cool, and then, oh, I died. Like, you know, it's pretty stupid. Oh, and it does not matter at all what you say when you're talking to them, because at least I think it only like just like once or twice that I can remember really changes anything. But I don't think it really changes anything in the story. You could be a dick the whole time, and it doesn't change anything. Like, basically, either way, they're gonna always say some douchebag response towards you, and rarely they will actually, it's like very rare for them to actually like agree with you and then say something nice, you know? They always just kind of lash out at you. And it gets a bit obnoxious having it constantly happen over and over and over and over. And also, personally, this could be just me, but I couldn't find any freaking stores for ammo. I walked around and I can find stores for alcohol. Like, I even went to our base, and I couldn't find any ammo. They give you a whole bunch of these little tokens to buy ammo with, and I only found one throughout the whole game. And that was literally because I had to walk through one to proceed through the game. and I think it's absolutely just obnoxious. I think it needs to have it so whenever you look at your map, it says, "Oh, this store right here. Oh, it's an alcohol store. This is the kind of store it is." And I wish it would always just tell you what kind of store it is, because you just go running from store to store to store to store just to find this one gun store. And the thing is, I could never find one. I couldn't. Like, maybe I found one, but the thing is, I would have to do stuff for this chick, but it didn't even tell me what I had to do. So I didn't know what basically I just had to just melee somebody and take the ammo off of them. And it gets a bit obnoxious, and it just happens so much. And one that's kind of a kill for me, because the game is free roam. There's no free roam after the game. It's like Homefront Revolution, that after you beat the game, it doesn't matter if you have some side missions, you can't continue. And I think it really I would love having just a free roam. You know, obviously it wouldn't really make sense, but the thing is, I would still like to do it. Like, I don't really want to make a whole new save and then just have to restart. Like, it's just, I don't really want to do that, because this game does not beg for you to replay it, because I don't think there's multiple endings. Well, actually, no, there's one little slight part that I think is changeable, but I could be wrong. But it's just absolutely, it's just dumb. I just think it needs to have free roam, because people were saying, oh, it wouldn't really make sense if, fuck, I forgot your character's name, it's my bad, just for your character just to be running around after everything's already done. Yes, I would understand that, but come on, man, he lives there, he's got to walk around, you know. But I just think it would be better if you were able to just load up the game, play around in free roam, you know, it's like whatever, you know. That's just my personal preference right there. Oh, and cover system is actually really bad. Certain objects you just cannot get in cover with when you should be able to, and just also whenever you have a gun, you know, you have an AR, you have a combat rifle, you're sitting here, it's on single fire, and so you have to pop up to shoot at some people, but for some reason, because it's on single fire, you'll just keep ducking back down to go into cover, even though you want to stay up so you can just repeatedly fire at somebody, so you just bang bang bang, oh, let me hear you get in cover, and it just does it so much, where you will pop up, start shooting at some people, and it will automatically force you down, just for you to, even though you don't have to reload or anything, just to pop back up. It is absolutely obnoxious for that to constantly happen over and over and over and over, and it gets you killed. At least it got me killed over and over. And if you wanted to change that, yeah, you're gonna have to pause, you're gonna have to sit there and go into your inventory and modify your gun from there. And for you to do that every single time, because I like it on single fire, I'm good. I just think it's absolutely obnoxious that constantly happens. That you'll get up and then start shooting at them. Oh, too bad. And it's just really stupid on preference, but that's just. But so now I guess we'll just get into the rating. I feel like I'm missing some. Oh yeah. Also, another bad thing is there isn't that many guns. I think there's like a whopping 5 or 6, not counting the DLC weapons you get from downloading that DLC.
To work.
I think you get about 5. Battle rifle, revolver, Otari's revolver, but that's just another revolver with a scope on it. A pistol. A combat rifle. Oh, and shotgun. So that's about 6 guns for being a 15-hour free roaming game. And it's just dumb. And also, another thing is I don't even think I really went to all 4 of the cities. At least if I did, they all seem the exact same to the point where they all just merge together in my mind, and it's just not memorable. But because off of memory, I see it the same too for most of the game. But it's just kind of dumb that you have 4 cities and you just rarely will go to most of them, and so you'll just be perpetually in just a certain one for most of it, and it's just pretty stupid. But yeah. So, alright, now I'm gonna just get into my rating. So I'm gonna have to say, out of 1 out of 5, 1 being that I say don't buy this game at all, is not worth, like, really anything, honestly, or 5 being, like, go pick it out now, you know. I'm actually gonna have to say a 4 by my preference. At the beginning, I was not too intrigued, but I actually started getting interested in the game over time, and I actually started really enjoying it. It was fun, and for $10, I definitely say it's a good game for about 15 hours, and then with a DLC for about 30 minutes. You know, that's good. It doesn't really beg for replay. There is a new game plus you get, but I don't think you get anything new from that. But I really don't care to go through another 15 hours or so just to find out if it changes anything. And also, it gives you a new difficulty when you beat it too, and same thing goes there. But yeah, if I would have to say it would be a 4 if you're getting it on console, like when it's $10 for the PS4 or Xbox One. But if you're getting it on a PC, no, I would say if you're gonna get it on sale, because full $60, no. That's not very good. But so I'm gonna do some spoilers if you do plan on picking up the game, or you have already gotten it. Well, okay, if you already plan on getting the game, leave. But if you've already played the game, then, you know, stick around. But I think it's stupid, though, that with Miller, the whole time they're trying to say, oh, he's probably the bad guy in this, he's probably the one causing all this. Oh, no. Like, I kind of, like, personally, I knew that it was not going to be him, because when they say that to you on, like, the 3rd or 4th mission, saying, oh, yeah, it's Miller. No, it's not going to be Miller throughout all the missions. It will not be, and I know that for a fact. You would not be sitting here shoving it in our faces being like, oh yeah, he's the bad guy, and then actually have him be the bad guy, and have him be the cause of all of these explosions and all that. No. It would be absolutely stupid, and I think they know that. And I don't think they should do that, or if they are going to do that, wait longer. They definitely have to wait when it's a bit further in the game, so you actually will think, oh crap, it actually is him. But you're not going to think it's him when you just barely started the game and you've been playing for an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. You're not going to instantly think, yep, he's the bad guy. They try so hard to have it so you point all fingers at Miller, when it was obvious when you're getting to, like, mission 9 or whatever, that they're trying to have it so he explains everything. No, like, it was a bit obvious that he was not the cause of all this shit. And then at the very end, they try having you, get on his, like, think he's the bad guy the whole time. And just for him not to be, just for him to die, like, I really don't think, I really am gonna care, and I'm really gonna feel bad when he dies. I don't know if it changes if you choose the heist mission instead of saving that chick but I don't think I wouldn't say that would change anything. Like, if he died and then he's sitting there being like, "Oh, you're a good agent, man," and he dies, like, I'm not gonna give a shit, because the whole time we were being told he was the bad guy, and when at the very end, when he finally says something nice to you, when usually he's not really mean to you, but he never really is saying anything. You know, he is being a dick to you at times, but other times, you know, he's being okay. But I'm not gonna sit here and feel bad at all. And also, in the middle of the game, further into the game, when you know, have upgraded yourself a whole bunch, the game gets too easy. At certain points, you can just rush in and just be able to take them all out. Like, I get to the point where I was just doing a mission where I had to fight some gangsters to get some info or something like that. I really don't remember. And I was able to take them down instantly. I would it would be ridiculously easy. I would have about like 20 on me, and I would still be able to just push through and just take them all out easily. And I think that's a bit dumb at times. What else is there? Oh, and also, with the very end, how the people you're trying to save to make sure that, you know, the augment pass thing doesn't take place, where basically they're not allowed in everyday society and all that crap. It's obvious that they're gonna make another one. They're not just gonna leave you hanging, like, unless if they just got so much shit that they couldn't even make a game and they knew it would. Like, they are obviously gonna make another game and then try hoarding it out for money, and that's a fact. Because they're gonna try to extend this as long as possible to try to do that, and I think that's absolutely stupid. I like the ending itself. You don't really see that too much in video games, that you lost, that was the ending, that you lost and the bad guys win. And I actually really like that it did that personally, but yeah, that's just me. Oh, also another thing is, I think that it's a bit stupid in this game that you keep fighting the exact same few enemies, like with the police, for example. I think there's literally just three actually. Just the normal police and a bit more armored police, the one that you see mostly on like the street, and then like a giant like juggernaut freaking police officer. Oh, and the flying robot police, but I don't know if that's really a police officer. That would count as that, but so 4 right there, and then you kind of just fight augments and just gangbangers, and it gets a bit old having to fight the exact same over and over and over. But yeah, I still did really actually like the game. I got it for freaking hella cheap. I got it for like fucking $4, and I am very happy with the buy. I fucking love the game, actually. Yeah, I do have to say, like, I do want to apologize if I am putting out so much more cons than pros in these things. It's more than just the cons, you know, just kind of just are pushed out more, that they are more easily shown than the pros. Like, yeah, and they're more memorable. But yeah. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and yeah, see you guys in the next video. Alright, see ya.